CMSportsNet is made possible by Genova's To Go and by Carroll Lynx. Game On is brought to you by Aquino Financial Services.
Hi there, I'm Pat Stetzer, and welcome back to Game On. Carroll County play is about to pick up across the board. We have a lot to get into, so let's get started. It's Game On. CMSportsNet had 2 football games last Friday in Week 2. Our game of the week between North Hagerstown and Manchester Valley, and Liberty welcoming Boonesboro to the Lions' Den. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from both of those games, starting with Manchester Valley. It's North Hagerstown with the first big play, and it comes from James Jackson. Takes the handoff, gets around the left side of the line. Now Connor Stack's going to try to take him down, but Jackson says no way. It's a 66-yard touchdown run, and North Hagerstown leads 7-0. Man Valley puts together a nice drive midway through the opening quarter and caps it with a pass from Matthew Ferran to Luca Brown down the far sideline, and Brown goes in from 34 yards out. After the PAT, we are tied 7-7. Late in the third quarter, the Mavericks have it inside the 10-yard line. Ferran keeps it himself and trots in for the go-ahead touchdown. Dives at the pylon. Manchester Valley kicks the PAT, and they go up 14-7. North Hagerstown making a late charge. Logan Hoffman gives it to Ty Gilliam, and Gilliam finds pay dirt from 6 yards out, and the Hubs down 14-13. Man Valley makes one more stand when North goes for the lead. John Day making a huge tackle right there to preserve the lead for the Mavericks, 14-13. The Mavs recover the onside kick. There's a replay here quickly to see Day make that nice play. Now the Mavs get the onside kick, and a couple plays later, this run here from Braden Fritz is going to seal the deal as he finds room on 3rd and 4. And he picks up the first down, smartly slides down to keep that clock running. That's going to do it. Final score, Man Valley 14, North Hagerstown 13. The Mavericks run more than 200 yards, and they overcome 3 turnovers in their first game of the year. Now let's see what went down at the Lions' Den. The second quarter begins with Boonesboro knocking on the door. Parker DeBall going to take the handoff, and he's going to go in for a Wildcat-style short touchdown run, and Boonesboro gets on the board with the first play of the second quarter. Liberty strikes back after a long catch by David Akinboye. Quarterback Chase Miller goes back to Akinboye, and it's a 6-yard touchdown strike in the back of the end zone. We're tied up late in the first half. The Warriors retake the lead when DeBall hauls in a pass here from quarterback Colin Telemeco. Late in the third quarter with that one. Boonesboro lines up to go for 2, but Liberty denies the conversion thanks in part to this tackle from Colin Martin. So Liberty fired up on the sideline. Lions get to midfield late in the fourth quarter and go for it on 4th down, but Boonesboro makes a big stop, and Hayden Ritchie gets in on the tackle. Turnover on downs there. And the visiting team seals the deal with another touchdown run, this one courtesy again of DeBall. So Boonesboro pulls away for the 19-7 road victory, and the Lions fall to 0-2 for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. Tough loss for Liberty in Eldersburg. Now it's time to take a look at some other Carroll County Football Week 2 scores. Francis Scott Key is 2-0 for the first time since 2021, thanks to that win over North County. Winters Mill fell just short down in Delaware, and Linganore cruised past South Carroll. And now let's see the county football standings after Week 2 of the regular season. FSK tops the field right now as the Eagles get set for their first county clash of the fall. On to some of the stats leaders from around Carroll County. Passing leaders up first. Westminster's Rory O'Connor leads the way with his 354 yards. He and FSK's Jacob Etzler with 5 touchdown passes so far. On to the top rushers through 2 weeks. South Carroll's Anthony Rodriguez tops the list. He and brother Manny Rodriguez have close to 300 yards combined for the Cavaliers. Good starts for both of them. Receiving leaders are up next. Braden Troop of Westminster is one of 4 pass catchers with 100 or more yards thus far. Check out Bryson Lookingbill for the Eagles, averaging more than 36 yards per catch. Some defensive stats now. We see the leaders in tackles. Across the county, Century's Dom D'Amico, one of 4 players with 20 tackles through the first 2 weeks, and 7 of those have gone for loss. Now let's get into our next Game of the Week matchup, one that takes us to Ruby Field at Westminster High School, where the Owls host South Carroll in the latest chapter of their long-standing rivalry. Our pregame coverage begins at 6:45 and kickoff is set for 7 p.m. Let's talk about both of these teams, and we begin with South Carroll. The Cavaliers clipped Chesapeake in Week 1, but suffered a lopsided loss against Linganore last Friday. Senior quarterback Caleb Evans is looking for his first passing TD of the season, but he's completing better than 65% of his passes so far. The teams have split the last 2 meetings in the series, but South Carroll trails all time 35-21. Now let's talk about Westminster. The Owls have been in both of their games despite losing to Franklin and Frederick, a pair of top-notch opponents. Like you saw earlier, junior QB Rory O'Connor has 354 passing yards and 5 touchdowns through 2 games, and Isaiah Sprinkle can take the top off of the defense with his speed. Westminster won last year's game against South Carroll 42-0 at Parker Field. Time for a look at the team's stats ahead of the matchup. South Carroll looking to get its offense going this week against an Owls defense that's allowing 26 points per game through the first 2 games. Players to watch now. We have got the quarterbacks in this matchup. Caleb Evans for the Cavaliers, Rory O'Connor for the Owls. O'Connor's accuracy isn't quite where Westminster wants it, but he has helped his team score 30 points with a handful of touchdown throws. All right, time for the Coach's Corner now. We catch up with both coaches as they get their team set for their Week 3 showdown. First up, it's South Carroll coach Mike Crumley, followed by Westminster coach Chris Basler. Coach, what do you think you've learned the most from what have these guys learned the most, I should say, through the first 2 weeks of the season?
I think we've learned how, we're a young team that's learning how important it is to be consistent.
The game against Linganore, I think that last season didn't tell the story of our team. And what we learned at the end of last season and coming in this year is that we have the athletes to compete with any team that we go up against.
We've played 2 high-quality opponents, and when you make mistakes again then, it hurts you.
We played Linganore tough for that first half. The score didn't necessarily indicate it, but we felt good about what we were doing. So we like our program, we like our philosophy, we like our execution. If we get all those 3 things together, then it should be a tough matchup.
They've gotten the last couple, but South Carroll has won some as well in recent games in the series. What has to go well this time for you guys to turn the tables?
Actually, I think they only had the last one. I think we have 2 of the ones prior to that.
You're keeping better track
Yeah,
than
I'm keeping a little bit better track.
All right.
I mean, I think there's always a little extra to the South Carroll game. I think they have played us extremely tough and beaten us several times in the last, over the last couple of years.
Right.
I know they're going to bring it, so we have to bring it, and it should be a great game with 2 good football teams going after it.
We do have to catch them on a year when maybe I'm not saying they're having any kind of rebuilding because they reload fast as anything, but we need to be able to be playing our best game when we face Westminster. And on years, whether it's for us when guys leave the program and we have to figure out what to do to pick up the pace, same thing goes for Westminster. We just need to execute properly and come out from the very jump. I don't want to say David versus Goliath, but being the small school, being the big school, and these guys knowing each other growing up, there's just always, I know that they want to keep us down, keep us in our place, little brother in the place, and we want to come in and steal big brother's thunder. So it's a definite rivalry because we just enjoy any opportunity we get to give them a tough game.
Thanks to the coaches, Mike Crumley and Chris Basler, for spending a few moments with us, and a reminder, we'll see South Carroll facing Westminster this Friday, September 20th. Pre-game coverage is set for 6:45, and kickoff is at 7 for our CMSportsNet Game of the Week. A quick look at some of the other football games on the Week 3 schedule. Winters Mill hosts Francis Scott Key in a rematch of their 2023 game that went down to the final play. Man Valley takes on Liberty, and Century hosts Smithsburg. CMSportsNet also plans to bring you coverage from that Eagles-Falcons showdown. Kickoff from Big Mill is set for 7 p.m. We just mentioned that thrilling finish from a year ago. Winters Mill won that one 7-6. Stay tuned to CMSportsNet for all the latest Carroll County football action as the 2024 season begins to heat up. We've got you covered with all the big games and moments along the way. Coming up after the break, We'll check in with boys soccer and girls soccer, take a look at some county field hockey highlights, and unveil the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week of the fall season. So stick around, Game On will be right back.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Hi, I'm Steve Aquino. Creating a financial plan requires a disciplined, well-thought-out approach. At Aquino Financial Group, our mission is to provide a variety of solutions to help our clients fulfill their lifetime financial goals and dreams.
Welcome back to Game On. Let's get right back into some Carroll County fall high school sports. CMSportsNet made a trip to Manchester Valley last week for our first ever field hockey broadcast. The game featured the reigning county champion Mavericks taking on rival Westminster. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights. It's the Mavericks wasting no time in the first period. Allie Largent sends a shot deep into the arc, and Amanda Harrell is going to be on the post and knock it in. And the first goal right there from Harrell, the first goal goes to Manchester Valley. There's barely enough time to catch your breath before the Mavericks are on the move again. Largent sends a cross in, and this time it's Barbara Guest with the redirect. Man Valley 2, Westminster 0, a little more than 1 minute into the game. Westminster's trying to get into an offensive flow, but Man Valley's defense is making it tough. Sophie Baer keeps the ball out of the arc with a nice stop here after Gabby Thomas tries to create a scoring chance for the Owls, but nothing doing there. A few minutes later, it's a penalty corner try for the Mavericks. It's going to go from right to left, and Harrell's going to find the ball on her stick, and she sneaks a shot inside the near post. Nice job there by Harrell. Man Valley is in control of this game. Final score is Manchester Valley 3, Westminster 0. Harrell scores 2 goals, and the Mavericks are victorious in their Carroll County opener. A quick look at the CCAL field hockey standings now. The Mavericks and Owls have that lone county contest so far. But that's about to change coming up this week, and the race for the county champion is about to get going. And for those looking for their field hockey fix, some upcoming games for you. County play picks up in the next week. Francis Scott Key visits Westminster on Thursday. That Liberty Westminster game is set to take place at Coppermine Four Seasons up in Hampstead. Okay, time for some girls soccer recent results. Some shutout wins for South Carroll. Francis Scott Key Westminster, and Liberty within the last week. And some upcoming games of note from around girls soccer. Man Valley and Westminster facing off on a Saturday afternoon. Two big ones next Tuesday when Century hosts South Carroll and the Owls head to Liberty. Let's look at the Carroll County Athletic League girls soccer standings. 4 unbeaten teams as of the games played through September 17th, and CCAL play is about to pick up. Switching over to boys soccer now, some recent results. The Cavaliers stay hot. You can see Westminster and Winters Mill each had victories in the last week as well. Some upcoming games from boys soccer from around the county, just like the girls. We have Man Valley and Westminster on Saturday, and the Lions get their first county matchup Monday when Winters Mill comes to Eldersburg. A look at the county boys soccer standings. The Cavaliers and Lions are the lone unbeatens, but plenty of good soccer being played in the first few weeks of the regular season. We move to the college ranks and check in with the Carroll Lynx fall sports teams. Men's soccer falling just short at Hagerstown, and the volleyball team earning a 5-set win over College of Southern Maryland. Some upcoming games and matches at Carroll right now. The teams have a bit of a break, but women's soccer hosts Garrett College on Thursday, and volleyball heads to Garrett for a tri-match with the home team and Chesapeake College. That's set for Saturday. All right, now it's time for the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. We head back to Francis Scott Key and chat with a senior girls soccer standout who just made program history. All right, latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week, Abby Rieger, Francis Scott Key girls soccer. Abby, 5 goals last week in a pair of games. More importantly, though, I didn't know this, but a record breaker for you. Most goals, career goals, FSK soccer history. How does it make you feel when you hear that? You hear your name there. There's been very talented players, obviously, through the years, and now you're at the top of the list.
It's special. I mean, it's unreal. It doesn't really feel like anything quite yet. I mean, like, I don't know. It hasn't really hit me yet, but it's pretty cool.
When it was happening, did you have this in mind at all? Did anybody tell you, oh, you're getting close to the record? Because obviously you've been playing soccer for a while. Not that you look for those sorts of things, but did you know that it could be a possibility here early in the season?
Yeah, I knew a couple people were mentioning it around, so it was in the back of my mind, but I wasn't too worried about it.
And then when it happens, you get a lot of accolades, get a nice sign, and people were cheering for you.
Yeah.
Kind of a good thing, though, too, to maybe kind of get out of the way, right? Okay, now I did that. It's off the table. I can take a breath and get back to trying to help the team win. How's the first few weeks gone for you guys? I know the record is a little up and down, but you've been putting goals in the net, so a good start?
Yeah, definitely. We've improved a lot since the beginning of the season. And I think we're coming together. I mean, it's been a little rocky at times, but we come together and talk about it and get back on the field and work.
I saw that Coach was getting you and Kenzie Bancroft to sort of set up the drills ahead of time. She was telling me there's some good ideas to get some senior leadership. How have you sort of approached that role to be more of a leader on the field?
I've been working on it, definitely. I feel like it's a big thing to take leadership. So, I don't know, I've just been improving. Me and Kenzie have kind of been bumping heads on some drills and ideas and putting them on the field.
And you said it's been a good start to the season. There's county play is about to pick up, and I know you guys want to be competitive and compete in those county games. What's it going to take for FSK and yourself to sort of, be more of a force in county play as you guys get ready for the rest of the regular season?
There's a term we use. It's called lock in.
Okay.
So we just gotta really lock in, and I don't know. We really gotta work out here and just put it towards the game.
What's the difference in those games as opposed to like you said, the county games? You get a couple games on the Walkersvilles and the Boonesboroughs before you get to the Centuries and South Carrolls. Is there a different mindset to approach the county games, or is it the same? I
mean, I think we're coming into the counties, and it's definitely a different mindset because we want to grow and we want to show the county what we got, and it's a little different for out-of-county games because
Sure.
I don't know, they don't really understand.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Hey, well, congrats on the great start to the season. Good luck the rest of the way. Abby Rieger, the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week.
CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Barnes Bollinger Insurance and by Raisin Canes.
Our congratulations to Abby Rieger, the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. We're just getting started with fall selection, so stay tuned to find out where we go next. And that will do it for this episode of Game On. As always, we thank you for watching. Don't forget, we have football Game of the Week coverage coming your way Friday, September 20th, as Westminster hosts South Carroll at Ruby Field. Pre-game coverage is set for 6:45 and kickoff is set for 7. There's more CMSportsNet football coverage for you Friday night. We'll have Winters Mill hosting undefeated Francis Scott Key at 7 p.m. Looking forward to that one as well from Big Mill. We'll also have some girls soccer highlights coming up for you after Winters Mill and Liberty tangle on Thursday in their first county contest of the season. So look for those highlights in the coming days. And a reminder to tune into our new Sports Talk at Island Green show every Monday evening at Island Green in Westminster. Host Avery Newport talks McDaniel College football with Green Terror coach Skylar Fultz, and he'll be joined by several guests along the way to chat about high school, college, and pro sports. That's Sports Talk at Island Green on Monday nights from the Island Green in Westminster. Don't miss it. Be sure to catch all of our high school sports content online on Facebook and YouTube, as well as our website at CMSportsNet.com. You can watch us on cable channel HD 1072, and be sure to follow us on Instagram at CMSportsNet Action. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Hi, I'm Steve Aquino. Creating a financial plan requires a disciplined, well-thought-out approach. At Aquino Financial Group, our mission is to provide a variety of solutions to help our clients fulfill their lifetime financial goals and dreams.